Up next, we have the VG70 variable. This weapon is weird. This is actually the very first weapon I ever maxed out in Helldivers, funny enough, because I was really close with quite a few weapons like the Eruptor, the Reprimand, and then like the variable came out and I just really enjoyed using it, so I just used it like crazy. This is a volley gun and it has the most customization kind of in-game out of any of the primary weapons, since you can change the rate of fire with this as well as the firing mode with this, and then also potentially the scope if you have a scope on this. So you got a lot of options there, which is very unusual for a primary weapon. So this one kind of acts as a shotgun, a machine gun, and also just sort of an everything gun, like you're allowed to fire out everything. This one does 85 damage per shot, has light armor pen, holds 49 rounds in it, and it does have very little recoil. At least if you're firing it in the machine gun mode. You have more in the shotgun mode and more in the volley mode. If you want to swap it to the shotgun mode, it will fire out 7 rounds from this, and then it's basically a 7-shot semi-automatic shotgun that has light armor pen on it that does do more damage than something like the Punisher, not quite as much as the Halo shotgun, so it kind of fits in that role, which is still pretty good. It's also fairly accurate at very long ranges too. And then the last mode is you swap it to the volley fire, you fire out everything, and if you're below half the total amount of ammo, this won't knock you back, but if you are standing up and you fire at everything, it will knock you back. This can be pretty funny for actually flinging yourself, especially if you want to do it with like the jump pack. So that's really cool. For an overall rating for the variable, I would give this one an A tier against everything, against bugs, squids, bots. It's super versatile, which is really nice, and it does work pretty well as like a general purpose machine gun for fighting most of those. You can mow down all the small bugs and the medium bugs with the machine gun, or the shotgun, depending on which one you like. The volley fire can be really useful on the bugs too, because you can instantly pop like a Titan stomach, which is great, or instantly pop the back end of a charger if you want to do that. That is kind of cool, and if you're laying prone, then that's not going to be an issue, so you won't get knocked down. That's the other way you can avoid getting knocked down too. Against bots, again, as the machine gun, it works perfectly fine. It's pretty accurate, and it doesn't have much recoil, so it's pretty easy to hit the medium bots in the head and kill the smaller bots. And again, if you swap it to the volley fire, you can completely destroy the back part of a Hulk with this, which is really nice, or a tank. You can actually kill quite a few things with the variable, surprisingly fast. And then against the squids, you can just use this to kind of spray at like flesh mobs or spray at really anything. It can kill like the overseers or the voteless pretty fast. The variable is just pretty solid. It works pretty well against everything and is one of my favorite weapons. For customizations, I actually didn't really customize this much, and the only thing you really can customize is the optics. It already has the 2x tube on there, which is pretty good. You could go with the 1.5x tube. I like the reflex sight Mark II on here, but this one is really your choice. Pick whichever sight you would like. There's some that slightly change the ergonomics of it, but that's it. It's a very fun weapon though. If you haven't tried it, I'd recommend it. It is very much a love it or hate it weapon.